All right, am I live? Am I live? I don't know. One thing I want to know for sure is I belong to an organization that almost like you could almost say like Men in Black type of situation, but sorry about the glare with the camera. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, the point is that camera focus here? No? Okay. Fine. Okay. Think of all right, camera. Come on. There we go. Anyway, think of a organization like Men in Black, but not really. We're more like a small organization that there are species out there like lichens, vampires, calicoruses, shadow people, amongst others, trolls, for instance. I don't actually do the what do you call it? Go in and do the dirty type stuff. That's what I used to do a long time ago. Not anymore though. But anybody telling you that's probably getting in serious trouble. But point is that there's a prison. Well, kind of a prison. It's like a normal building. You walk in. There's a like a receptionist desk type thing, but the guy. Well, I just call him Mike. Mike works there, so you go in, sign in, go through these heavy metal doors, go through a long hallway with a bunch of offices. Then you come to an elevator, which you need security access to even get in the elevator. Once you get in the elevator, you go down, and it's probably about at least 4 or 5 stories straight down. That brings you to the main level of the prison, which houses. We have a werewolf, and he volunteers to be there. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, and so that's why he wants to be there. And most people think, oh, there's werewolves there. No, werewolves. Hundreds of years ago, there were werewolves a lot, but nowadays there may be about 5 in the whole world. Last time we checked, we monitored. It's probably about 4 or 5. Because there's one individual that we don't know. Like I was telling Chris the other day. Let's just call him Chris. I was telling Chris the other day. We suspected this guy might be a werewolf. So this guy in UK, we suspected he might be a werewolf. So what I did is I cross-referenced. We noticed that he got these speeding tickets at about 11:30 and 11:20 at night a couple of days, and I cross-referenced like, okay, at those speeding ticket times, was there a full moon? So I had Mike go and check those, and he cross-referenced and found out yes, those 2 times that he got tickets were during a full moon, and at 12 o'clock when the full moon is at its brightest is when the werewolves changed. So he was rushing home to protect himself from other people. So we found out about that. We got a team out there, and they're investigating it right now. Matter of fact, so we might have 5 werewolves on our case. But anyway, but like I'm saying with the prison, there is 2 people in the main front for the guards that monitor. For the most mid-level, the first level, the deep prison, is just like the normal prisoners. Like we have the werewolf, which he wants to be there. We don't have any vampires. The vampires aren't what you think they are. They don't live for forever. They're not immortals. At least not what you wouldn't interested. I mean, sure, they live for a long time. The oldest vampire that we ever have on record is, I think, 300, but they don't live that long. They don't live forever like everybody think they do. But vampires in general um, aren't afraid of crosses or silver or garlic or any of that crap that you see on TV. No, vampires aren't like that at all. Vampires are more like they can eat actually human food, but they do require blood. That's the one thing that makes them different than everybody else is that they do require blood. It's kind of like a disease they have. They do require blood, and that extends their life, which most of our research center is still trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out if there's actual cure for vampirism. We don't know. That's why we have our research team working on it. Lichens, unfortunately, they're still working on research for that too. There's a cure for lichens, but like I said, we try to keep them under control. Like hundreds of years ago, there was tons. Now there's maybe about 4 or 5 in the world. Maybe more, but we haven't come across it. But we monitor everything, like people's activities. I mean, not like the NSA where it's like, oh, monitor every single person, what they're doing. No. Anything suspect that deals in our area, we investigate. We have a few teams. We have Team Alpha, Team Bravo, and Team Charlie. Those 3 teams. Team Alpha is always set first if there's a major case. If there's just a small case, we'll send Team Bravo. And for just like it's like we suspect a vampire or something like that, we send Team Charlie. But Team Charlie doesn't really go a whole lot. Then we also have a specialized team just for trolls, the troll team, which those guys are amazing. I don't know how they can do that job. Seriously, trolls are just horrible freaking creatures. I'm serious. They're just. Last time I had an encounter with a troll, no way in heck do I ever want to deal with trolls again. It's no. Anyway, the other thing that I was going to tell you about is the one thing with trolls is they mostly in the UK, which is weird. But anyway, like there's a movie on Netflix that people think it was a real documentary about trolls, which is actually really amazing because whoever did that must have been someone who had knowledge of what we do, and they made a film about it. Which, if you go watch it, it's amazing because that's how really trolls are. And we do have one in custody, and that is, see, we have a main level of the prison, which has vampire, like werewolves and stuff like that, Calicorus. And then there's 2 more sub-levels. The very bottom sub-level is just one prison, one cell, and it's big, and it holds a troll. And we only go down there very rarely if we need to feed it or whatever, but it's highly dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. And just like I was telling Mike the other day, when we send Steven goes down and feeds it. He's our troll expert type of thing. But anyway, Steven is really crazy. Guy's like insane, man. But he's cool. But he's the one who goes on and feeds it. He takes care of it, monitors it. He's our leading expert on trolls, besides our research center. Our research center is actually located way different what our main facility is. Our research center mostly focuses on the disease aspect and the danger aspect of these creatures. Like, for instance, there are these, the Calicorus, for instance. Calicoruses are very rare. Maybe only 2 have ever been spotted in the world. They're weird creatures. The reason why they're called Calicorus is like a calico cat. That's a Calicorus, but it's more like a human cat, almost like a werewolf, but more cat. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But there's Calicoruses. Most of the things we go upon are, let's see, we got trolls, Calicoruses, vampires, lichens, shadow people, which It's really weird. Shadow people is more like you can't really capture them. It's just like most people always see these videos of like like shadow moving in the background, like they think it's ghosts, but no, those are actually shadow people. And we've come to realize that they are real. It's just we suspect, at least our research center suspects that they live on a different level or different plane type thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird. The point is, the Calicourses or not? No, the shadow. Sorry, getting a little off topic here. But the shadow people, you can't really capture them. They're more like phasing in and out, so not really. But they don't do any harm. We have never come across anything to do with a dangerous shadow person. But and then we categorize them as just shadow people because you can't really observe them. You can't really do anything with them. They're only caught on camera very rarely, very occasion. And you're probably thinking, hey, does us as a organization deal with, the elusive Bigfoot? No, that is not our department because if you look, our department deals with dangerous creatures, and in all our records, there's never been an actual killing from a Bigfoot. A Bigfoot had never killed anyone, and that's why we stay away from it. I do know an organization that deals with Bigfoot, but that's not our part. 1 second. I have an entire booklet of everything that needs to be written down about our organization. I keep records. 1 second. Got werewolves, got trolls. Oh, Strigos. Strigos, weird creatures. Like Strigos are really these small, like elf-like creatures. They're only maybe maybe 5 inches tall. They're very you ever seen like these videos or things about I'm thinking like fairies. Remember how the shoemaker would come in the next morning, all his shoes were made and stuff like that. That's kind of like what Strigos are, but they're not dangerous per se. There's never even any. You can't capture them. We've tried. They're very beyond smart. They're like the Einstein of the weird world. But the point is we don't want to capture them. We don't want to do any harm. We just want to study them because Strigos are very helpful. They're useful. Like you ever go to bed at night and you wake up and all of a sudden you're like, hey, I don't remember putting the dishes away, or I don't remember folding those little minutes. Like that's a Strigos. Strigos are very helpful. I mean, don't panic if you think, oh my God, I got a Strigos in my house. No. If you got a Strigo in your house, you're set. You're good. Strigos are amazing. At least as far as we can tell. Like I said, we've never captured one. Never no point to capture one. Sure, we'd love to capture one just to study it. But if it's done any harm, if it's good, we just leave it be. Like the Bigfoot. We leave it be. Maybe. The point is, wait a second. The Strigos, like I was saying, there's Strigos. There's wait a second. There's ghouls, but don't be afraid. Ghouls are strange creatures. They're not like these like creatures that come out of like the ground and kill you. No, ghouls are more like modern humans, but they can change their appearance and they're really, really like nasty looking. And the reason why they look like humans because they're trying to adapt to us, trying to become human-like. Because they don't want to be ridiculed. They don't want to be oppressed like like the blacks and everything. Like African Americans like that. History has shown that we like seriously had issues with Americans about. But now we're trying to get along with them. You know, they're human just like us, just like me. I don't see a skin color or race or anything. I just see humans. Human everywhere. Doesn't matter. The ghouls, yeah, they're just trying to be fit in, which I totally get. They're not bad. They're strange creatures, but you'll get it. You got trolls, strigos, calicorses, and then we do have mermaids on the first level with the like vampire. Well, the second level below that is a giant tank, and we actually have one. The mer creatures, not mermaids, like that you see like in the Little Mermaid and stuff like that. No, they're actually ancient humans that like you see in like the mermaid documentary about like how they went into the water. Our humans, some of them went on land or stayed on land, and developed into us, and some of them went into the water and developed into like aquatic humans. That's what mermaids are. They're not bad. They're not evil, like people think. People think, well, these mermaids are dangerous creatures, No, they're actually they're just like us. They just live underwater. They stay away from us. That's why we don't see. They're amazing. We do have one, and I know the government are always trying to get their hands on it. But the our organization has a contract with the government. I know I'm not supposed to be saying any of this, but I just have to get it out there. I just want everybody to know that the contract that we have is very specific. We send our research notes to them, and it keeps them off our back, and also helps us keep us funded. Yes, kind of. We have government contracts, so to say, but not really. Most of it's funded by certain benefactors. We can't say, but just say that we're here to help, protect, and any problems we send teams out just like that. So don't worry about it. Then we got the that's the centrocytes. The centrocytes, those things are weird. They're like half beetle, half man type creatures, but they only live in like deep caves. We've never captured one, but we know kind of like generally where they are. They typically stay away from humans for the most part. They're deep underground cave dweller type creatures. We've only spotted a couple before in like very rare occasions, and we've nicknamed them, or we called them centrocytes, but kind of like half beetle, half mutant weird creatures. The Bomothans. The Bomothans are, well, everybody's heard of the Mothman, right? That is a Bomothan. A Bomothan is a strange, quite indifferent creature. Bomothan, I don't know how to express it. Bomothan. They're not psychic, but they're more like, I don't know what the word for it is, but they can predict. They can see future events. Not like 50 years from now or 100 years from now. No, it's like they can see an incoming doom or an impending doom of some kind. Like the Mothman with the bridge and stuff like that. Like, you've ever seen the theory of the Mothman? Like, this bridge collapsed and there was a Mothman before. And that's what Mothman. And so far, the Mothman affinity is the only one that we know of on record. I mean, there's been other sightings in different states, but for right now, it's only one. The tree shings or the tree pharaohs. But anyway, I gotta go. So I'll end it right now because I'm gonna get in trouble. Yeah.